Gaming in the Olympics, something that's been rumored, debated, teased, and now it's actually happening, kind of. But like everything the Olympic Committee touches, it's complicated. Today we're diving deep into how esports are making their way into the Olympic world, what the Olympic Esports Games really are, and whether this is a legit global step forward for gaming or just a fancy PR stunt with RGB lighting. Gamers have been asking the same question for over a decade. Why can't esports be in the Olympics? After all, we've got competition, global audiences, sponsorships, and prize money that sometimes outdo the actual Olympic sports. I mean, Fortnite World Cup gave out more prize money than some Olympic medal events combined. And yet, every time the International Olympic Committee, or IOC for short, gets asked, they say something like, yes, we're open to the idea as long as it's aligned with Olympic values. Translation: no shooting, no violence, and preferably no teabagging. So while gamers were thinking Call of Duty, Valorant, or League of Legends, the IOC was thinking more like virtual cycling and digital chess. The first big test came in 2021 with something called the Olympic Virtual Series. It featured virtual rowing, motorsports, sailing, baseball, and cycling. Basically, it was the Wii Sports version of the Olympics. Then in 2023, they leveled up with the Olympic Esports Series, a full global event in Singapore. 10 games, official medals, broadcast live on YouTube. Titles like Gran Turismo 7, Virtual Taekwondo, Chess.com, and even Just Dance. Yeah, Just Dance, where you can literally win Olympic gold for flossing. Fast forward to 2024, the IOC announces something huge: the creation of a standalone Olympic Esports Games. The first edition was planned for 2025, a fully fledged Olympic branded competition dedicated to esports, but then it got delayed. Now it's officially set for 2027 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Yep, the same place that's already hosting the Esports World Cup, which has the largest prize pool in esports history. This partnership between the IOC and the Esports World Cup Foundation is meant to build the Olympic Esports Games as part of their Vision 2040 push. Basically, they're trying to make the Olympics cool again. So what games are we talking about? That's the fun and frustrating part. Right now, no official list has been confirmed. The IOC says they're in discussions with developers, but if past events are any clue, expect sports simulators and non-violent competitions. Think Gran Turismo, FIFA, NBA 2K, or I guess FC, maybe Rocket League if they're feeling wild. Don't expect Call of Duty, Valorant, or even Fortnite, even though those are the games most of the world actually plays and watches. It's ironic. The Olympic motto is faster, higher, stronger, but when it comes to esports, they seem to prefer safer, cleaner, less exciting. So why did the 2025 event get delayed? Short answer: copyright law. Unlike traditional sports, you can't play League of Legends at the Olympics without permission from Riot Games. You can't just decide to add Call of Duty to the lineup. It's Activision's property. That means every single game requires a licensing deal, and the IOC isn't used to asking permission from publishers. They usually own their sports. That's kind of like FIFA asking EA if they can play soccer. So between legal battles, negotiations, and debates over what counts as sport, the Olympic Esports Games got pushed to 2027. Behind the scenes, this is also about money and relevance. Esports have a massive global audience, nearly 600 million viewers worldwide, most of them under the age of 35. Meanwhile, the Olympics audience is, well, your parents. They're trying to reach Gen Z before Gen Z stops watching altogether. Adding gaming helps the Olympics tap into a new generation, new sponsors, and massive streaming platforms. It's not about medals, it's about the good old eyeballs. But not everyone's cheering. Critics say the Olympic Esports Games might be more about optics than gaming. Saudi Arabia's involvement sparked talk about sports washing, using games and events to clean up global image issues. Others say the IOC's insistence on family-friendly types of games ignores the reality of what makes esports so exciting. Imagine cutting the NBA because dunking looks too aggressive. And then there's the question of control. Esports already has its own culture. Grassroots events, Twitch streams, online communities. Do we really need the Olympic bureaucracy telling us how to compete? Still, there's a positive side. If done right, the Olympic Esports Games could give gaming real global legitimacy. It could mean more national funding for teams, better career opportunities for young players, and a chance to represent your country, not just a brand or sponsor. Imagine wearing your national colors while competing in Rocket League or Street Fighter. That's huge. It can also bridge the gap between traditional sports and digital culture. Maybe the world finally sees gamers not as lazy couch potatoes, but as dedicated competitors with some extreme mental stamina, reflexes, and strategy on par with any athlete. Asia's already ahead on this. Esports were officially included as medal events in the Asian Games, and some countries like South Korea and China even treat pro gamers as athletes with government support. There's even a new Esports Nations Cup, a FIFA-style tournament where players compete under their national flag. So the Olympic Esports Games might not be the start, but it's definitely a big step in the world finally taking gaming seriously. So yeah, gaming is kind of entering the Olympics. Not with controllers blazing just yet, but the doors are cracking open. Whether it becomes a global celebration of esports or just another sanitized showcase depends on one thing: if the gamers themselves show up. If we care enough, compete enough, and make our voices loud enough, then maybe by even 2030, gold medals won't just hang on runners' necks. They'll shine under RGB lights next to gaming chairs and PC rigs. Until then, I'm gonna keep training. In Just Dance, you can bet I've been practicing my Olympic floss. It's gonna happen. Anyways, thanks for watching, y'all. As always, like, subscribe, and leave a comment below about what you think of all this.